dealing with JP Morgan's acquisition corporation and all those and the issuing entity, the trust, with regards to the mortgage after closing.
Mortgage after closing, Mr. Thomas, of course, for making sure you can speak to the right team, so I'll transfer the call to mortgage.
Okay.
To help you further.
Okay, thank you.
There's something else that I can help you with today. You're welcome. We value your business. Thank you for choosing JP. Stay on the line.
All right, thank you. What's up, y'all? Sorry we ain't have the actual intro.
Keep going, case. My name is Fernando. Have your full name, please?
Yes, my name is Lamont Thomas. And
how you doing today, sir?
Hey, how you doing, sir? Everything's good. I hope you're having a happy Friday as well. I'm calling.
Continue, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm calling because I was researching JP Morgan's SEC website and database with regards to the trust certificates that are issued backed by the collateral in the trust, which represents the pool of mortgages. Now, I understand that participants and investors actually provide the money to the bank for closing. It's real documented on your website at the SEC's database. But I have just a question about a few of those processes, because if I was to get a mortgage with JP, of course I would sign a note or a deed of trust, and they'll have the terms and all the agreements and things of that nature. But after the closing aspect of it, if my property is going to be used as collateral for the certificates in which the investors would benefit from as the providing the capital for the closing, would that make me more or less liable to the investors instead of just on the deed of trust and contract? Because after closing, the deed of trust and contract is just being conveyed to the trust as collateral, in which my monthly payments are going directly to the investors. So wouldn't I be more or less liable to the investors or the trustee of the trust? Because on your SEC websites, JP Morgan would then at that point would just be a servicer rather than a lender.
Yes, sir. Perhaps you have your loan number?
You say loan number? I'm actually a potential customer, so I'm just trying to get a better understanding and feel. Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have a mortgage with. I don't have a mortgage with JP. I'm just going over all my options.
Okay, perfect. First of all, I would love if you become one of our Chase customers, and we will be taking good care of you. Yes, sir. We our service is, as you mentioned before, we are the servicer. We will help you with all your payments to our investors, and of course, you will become more liable to our investors and also for our bank.
Okay.
So that will be a great opportunity if you invest with us. And of course, as I mentioned before, we will take great care of you and your property.
Okay.
And we will taking care of your taxes and also your homeowner's insurance, and everything will be in the same amount. So you will be paying, of course, principal and your interest. And if you want to, we'll be able to open your escrow account, no charge, and there's no interest or anything about that on your escrow account. And we will be taking care also, as I mentioned before, of your taxes and your homeowner's insurance every time they're due.
Okay, so when you say taxes, so that means would it be the property taxes?
Yes, the county taxes.
Okay, the county. Okay, the county taxes. Okay, all right, cool. So pretty much once the escrow account is established and once the principal and interest payments are made, then everything else is taken care from that.
Yes, sir. Let's say that your monthly payment, just saying just one a random number, we will say Okay, it's around $1,500.
Okay.
So from that amount, we will pay to add money to your principal. We will pay your interest, and also we will taking care of your monthly to your homeowner's insurance and also your property taxes. You don't have to be worried about it.
Okay.
We will be receiving the bill from the county taxes and from your homeowner's insurance. We will be taking care of that. So you only need to be worried. It's about your monthly payment, and that's gonna be all.
Okay. So let's.
Oh,
you'll take care of everything. That's cool. That seems fair. So let's say I was approved for a 500,000 mortgage, and let's just say I got to pay 650,000 back. And you're going to be servicing. You get your little percentage for nobody works for free, which is totally understandable. Is there any way that we can do some further negotiations as far as the amount that has to be paid back? Because we know that's just the interest for loaning the money. You loan money at the interest, which is understandable. But is there any way we can negotiate that type of rate? Because theoretically, technically speaking, if I've signed the note in the deed of trust and it's for 500,000, but then I got to pay 650,000 back. Per the IRS, when I account for that note, the IRS regulation states that the redemption price at maturity, meaning everything I would have had to pay back, that would actually have to be the issue price of the note per the IRS regulation. So, prime example, if I signed the note issued the note 500,000, get the 500,000 mortgage, got to pay 650 back. The IRS actually states that I was supposed to issue the note for the 650 value rather than the 500,000, regardless of that's not in the actual mortgage agreement or not. That's because they call that a debt instrument because it's an evidence of indebtedness. So given the fact that the regulations state that, can we at least negotiate that instead of paying 650,000? We probably go to 600,000 or just work out low terms on the interest rate.
Well, what we will be able to do, sir, and in this case, we have couple of options for a loan modification. And of course, we have our tax department. And as soon as you close the deal, and you will have a rate, and you will be able to have a flat rate and also or a flat rate. But if you allow me, I'll be more than happy to bring our taxes expert to our call.
Okay.
And they will be able to provide you an accurate information on that.
Okay.
Because I won't want to confirm you something that it might be not accurate.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. So let me just transfer the call.
Okay.
Anything else I'll be able to assist you today, sir?
No, that'll be good. I'd like to speak to the tax agent, but I appreciate you.
Absolutely. And also, I'll be more than happy to offer you the tax department phone number just in case
Okay.
you only drop.
Okay. Yeah, hold on. Let me get that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for the number.
Okay, so it's 877
314. Got you.
8353.
8353. So that's 877-314-8353.
No, I'm sorry, 6353.
Oh, 6353. Got you. 6353.
Yes,
okay.
Open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Fridays, and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay. Got you. Thank you.
I'm gonna connect this call, sir, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Sir.
You too, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right. Bring your taxes. Get your ass on this call.
Thanks for calling the Property Tax Department. This is Ashley. Have your first and last name, please.
Yes, Lamont Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Can I have your loan or account number, please?
Oh, well, I'm a potential customer. I was just talking to the guy that transferred me. We're going over, different rates and different options and things of that nature. And I a tax question, and he didn't want to give me the wrong answer. So I think he transferred me here just to answer the tax question. But I hear that it's more based on property taxes, and property taxes, that's pretty much easy to figure out. It's not hard to understand property taxes. I thought I was going to be transferred to more of the accounting as far as the tax, because I had a very specific question. Property taxes, because I understand we all pay property taxes, and part of my principal and interest payment goes towards the property tax. So I understand that part.
Okay. Then yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that my department's going to deal with is the property tax payment.
Right.
And we adjust.
Okay. So
how much escrow we need based on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. See, that's pretty standard. That's I already pretty much know all that part. That's not the issue. Is there any the accounting department might be chance, because I do have some accounting questions that I would like that department to possibly try to answer for me.
None that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the only that you can talk to would be like customer service, but where you came from the start.
Right. Yeah. That's it. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Since it's only dealing with property, yeah, I don't really have any questions about property taxes. It's pretty much, set in stone. Is so. But I do thank you for taking my call and taking the transfer.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you for calling in.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. So I couldn't get to who I wanted to get to, but as you notice, the very first person that I talked to before I got transferred, he did admit live, and I was on my phone, and I'm glad I went live so I have evidence of a recording of it. He did admit live that yes, JP Morgan would be the servicer. Number two, he did admit live that your payments will be going to the investors. He admitted it live. He admitted it live. Just like I said, your monthly mortgage principal interest payments are going to the investors on the securities. Did not deny any of that. Admitted that yes, he would JP Morgan would be the servicer and your payments going to the investors. He did state that live. So even if you are putting in claims to the bank, this is what I've been trying to tell people the whole time. Claims to the bank, trying to discharge a mortgage, in which discharge really only happens in bankruptcy. But everybody wants to say, hey, I need to discharge my mortgage. If you really need a discharge of your mortgage, why don't you go to bankruptcy court? Because that's where discharges happen. The only way you get out of a mortgage with dealing with just the bank, the only way you get out of that is if they release you from the obligation, a release or set off of the obligation. But then you have to ask those people, and what grounds do you have coming to me, evidence that you have that would give you grounds to be released for a contract that you freely entered into? And I ask these tough questions on purpose is because I just want people to really be honest and why they actually need assistance. And since most homeowners are nowhere near informed at the level they should be about their own mortgage, the true answer is, I don't want to pay this anymore. And I heard that you know what to do to be able to get me not to pay this bill anymore. Regardless of whether you can't afford to pay it anymore or you just don't want to pay anymore. That's pretty much the answer. Which, I'm not mad at your answer. Your answer is your answer. But it also goes to show all the other times that you tried this already to no avail. You got to be honest. If you go to this person, and try to get your mortgage set off, and you are not effectively presenting a proper claim, the bank can now, or the lender can now look at that as, we're going to have trouble getting payments out of you in the future. We don't want to have to buy back this mortgage because we're going to lose money. So they may accelerate the income. Accelerate your payments, may have you go get insurance or take some other agreements out that will protect them against any loss. We call that on Wall Street a credit enhancement. So you got to be real careful by trying to tackle these things and make sure that you're not put in a position where it backfires on you. Now, most people are usually going to start off with, I'm going to use their terms, discharging their mortgage. Most people are going to start off with simply either filing some type of 1099 they're going these correspondences with the bank. Yes, it's definitely going to be some of that. There's never really any type of actual concrete. Can you tap yes on your phone? All right, tap yes on it. There's never going to be any actual. Oh, you may not have to do it. There's not going to be any actual concrete claim, because the first problem is everybody's trying to go after the lender first. When after you close, the lender is mere evidence states that they're not. Evidence states that they're just nothing more than a servicer. The servicer does not have a claim. They're a servicer. They get a servicing fee. Only thing they get paid to do is collect the payments. You're not liable to the servicer, no matter if they come in the form of a lender or not. It doesn't matter. And that's the number one fail right there. People who are trying to set off their mortgages are always tackling issues outside of the real issues that they should be tackling. It's always some form of a claim that really claim of in court. But let's say you had to go to court. The problem in a court proceeding is so we don't even know the players to the game for a transaction that we are engaging in. I'm going to say this again. 99999 people who offer services related to mortgage discharge. I'm going to tell you now, the transaction and the real deal have idea on that team, able to have somewhat more than just a belief about it or idea about it by watching a YouTube video or joining some type of instruction-based, template-based class. They're always going to go back to some type of 1933 talking point and not knowing that the banks are allowed to do exactly what they do today. All right, see you later. Lenders or creditors, whatever, they don't understand, because the fact is they're looking at their promissory note and deed of trust and trying to get that charged, trying to get up out of that debt. That promissory note and deed of trust carries 4 different hats. It carries 4 different hats. So the hat that you need to put on that instrument, it's always the hat that nobody even seems to even know is there when they try to set off their mortgages on their own after watching the video, getting inspired, or they contact one of these Morris American patriot-like redemption, I hate the government, we're all victims, we got to get them back teacher. Because I rarely ever see these people successful at all. So, just in case, the belief system still has a stranglehold on you, just in case. Because it would be different if I was coming up here saying that, why are you so rushing to file a 1099 when a 1099 really don't mean nothing? Because no one has yet to show me in any type of IRS regulation, Treasury regulation, congressional act of any type of law, statute, court case, or any type of government agency that says a 1099-A is used to access your trust account. File this form to access your trust account in your name. Because when you use tax forms, it goes like this. They got the statute that creates the use of the form. They got the regulations, which implements the regulations regarding the form. And then they have the publication that details the regulations behind the form. And then you got the instructions, which tells you how to use the form based on the regulations that was implemented by the statute. So you got the statute, the regulation, the publication, and the instructions on the form that tells you how to use the form, when you should use the form, who should use the form. And out of those 4 things, the statutes, regulations, publication, instructions, there is not even a letter in any 4 of those things I mentioned. It's not even one letter that hints that a 1099-A, or any 1099 for that matter, is to be used to pay a debt out of a secret trust fund account, to be used to set off a mortgage out of a secret trust fund account, to be used to draw down on your trust fund account at the Treasury. You got the statute, which comes from the law implemented by Congress. So you got the law implemented by Congress. You got the statutes that evidence the law. You got the regulation that implements the law. You got the publication, and you got the instructions. You got those 5 things regarding any one form. And not yet there's been one word, one letter, one syllable, one punctuation, one metaphor, one simile, one onomatopoeia. None that even remotely comes close to giving the authority for which 99% of the people file those forms. There has never been any authority to file a 1099 outside of the way they tell you who should file, when to file, how to file. And even if you file a 1099 form, well, don't let me tell you. Let's go back to the tax court again. Defendants are correct that the 1099s on their own do not create tax liability. Form 1099 is an informational return filed by a third party to the relationship between the IRS and the taxpayer, which reports income as that third party believes it to be. The Internal Revenue Code makes it clear that a Form 1099 is not the final word on what a taxpayer's taxable income is. You see what I'm saying? It's usually filed by a third party, not the individual itself in the transaction. And it doesn't mean, and this is why you got an accepted 1099, but nothing else happened of it. This is why. Because a 1099 on their own don't mean nothing. It could be disputed. This is why you got to have your statement, your receipts, and a clear explanation from A to Z of the substance of the transaction, which the IRS can ascertain. And if you don't know the other side of the transaction that will hit to the substance, and you're not using statutes, regulations, court interpretations in the mix, you can't put a proper statement together, because every statement that you're going to try to use, which is based off your own understanding, what you've been taught, has already been debunked. It's already been rejected by the courts. This is why a lot of these teachers and their students get frivolous filings. A frivolous filing means the position that you took when you filed that form is false. So the fact that you got a frivolous filing, these teachers and their students who follow them, it should have already said, hold on, what I'm being taught, it's not going to get me the outcomes I'm looking for. So as it says, the Internal Revenue Code makes it clear that a Form 1099 is not the final word on what a taxpayer's taxable income is, as provided in 26 U.S.C. 6201D. In any court proceeding, if a taxpayer asserts a reasonable dispute with respect to any item reported on an information return by a third party, the IRS shall have the burden of producing reasonable and probative information concerning such deficiency in addition to such information return. The tax court has held that a Form 1099 is insufficient on its own to establish a taxpayer's taxable income. See Estate of Granted v. Commissioner, TC, Memo 1993-141, citing Portillo v. Commissioner, in which the Fifth Circuit said a Form 1099 is insufficient to form a rational foundation for the assessment, for the tax assessment against the taxpayer in this case. Thus, while a Form 1099 can serve as the basis for the inception of an IRS investigation, it cannot and does not on its own create a tax liability or establish how much income the taxpayer actually received. Daniel versus Alcatel, SA 105 F SUPP 2nd D, Washington, 2000. So let's say even if you filed a 1099, even if you filed a 1099, even if you filed a 1099, it doesn't matter. Without the facts and substances of the case, doesn't matter. Yeah, I know. That's what they're going to do. And even in tax class 5, there's some rules and regulations when you deal with estate taxes and trusts and estate returns and 706 and 709s. No matter how you slice it, you want to go tax class 1, tax class 2, tax class 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No matter how you slice it, there is no free money that's coming back out the treasury for you. It's just none. It's just none. It is none. It has to be some form of a transaction that you actually engaged in which you can prove to them the true nature and substance of the transaction in which you've overpaid taxes on. This is not pay my bills 1099. Purchase a home with it 1099. Get out of this debt 1099. Go buy this home 1099. Go to a dealership with a 1099. Accept it. Send it to the IRS. IRS going to send you a check 1099. And it's not my words, it's their words. But if you don't believe me, let's just call the horse's mouth themselves. Let's just call. Let's just call. For those of you, let's just call them myself. Let me see if I can get the Treasury Inspector Generals. Even tax class 5. Let me see if we get that. Tax class 5 information. That's all it is, though. Actually, let me research the TIGDA, Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration. Do you not understand with do you not understand that even though tax class 5 gift and estate taxes, those tax class 5s, that everybody gets tax credits on transfer of their property. So when you pass on, your heirs don't have to pay a lot of taxes, and that after the 13,800, whatever it is for this year, you got to go into your lifetime gift and estate tax credits. But it's not nothing that you can take, because when most people see that, they automatically trying to think of a way to convert those credits into cash. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing they want to do. That's the first thing that comes to their mind, is how can I turn this into cash? I mean, it's the number one mindset. It's the number one mindset. That will be the only reason why most people will even want to learn about gift and estate taxes. Want to know why? Because the first thing they want to do is always looking for a way to get some form of free money. And that always stems from the poverty mindset. Always want something for nothing without even understanding how you can get it. They want to turn everything into the same Federal Reserve notes that they all claim have no value. Now let's see. We're going to see if they answer. If a 1099-A can be used to purchase vehicles, homes, and all that. Let's just call the horse's mouth. I'm gonna call the Secretary of the Treasury's office.
You have reached the Department of the Treasury. For more information, we invite you to visit our website at www.treasury.gov. If you are attempting to return a missed call to yourself,
because that's all it is.
The Department of the Treasury,
it's all a way to try to get free money or get around the fact that you need to pay for the goods and services in this world.
If you are calling about a coronavirus stimulus payment, please call the Internal Revenue Service at 1. Related inquiries to include tax law, account information, balances, filing returns, making a payment, to check the status of your refund, refund offset, and tax forms and publications, or for Tax and Trade Bureau questions, press 1. If you believe that you are a victim of a scam or would like to file a complaint with the Department of Treasury,
let me see if this one goes.
For IRS-related inquiries to include general inquiries and tax law, press 1.
Let's try that.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed at this time. Please hang up and try your call again later. Thank you.
That's because I'm just going to speak to the operator. I'm gonna see if the operator has something. Shout out to Ron T.
The Department of the Treasury. For more information,
y'all get like Ron T.
Visit our website at www.treasury.gov.
I need y'all to run that back like Ron T.
To return a missed call to your cell phone originating from the Department of the Treasury, please note
run it back like Ron T.
Take it back.
Via unsolicited telephone calls. Please listen to the choices carefully as the menu has recently
I'm gonna see.
If you are calling about a coronavirus stimulus payment, please call the Internal Revenue Service at 1-800-829-1040 or see the information.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna see the answer to the question.
.gov/refunds. For employment verification.
And watch people still be like, well, no, they don't know what they talk about. That agent don't know.
For Internal Revenue Service related inquiries to include tax law, account information, balances, filing returns, making a payment, to check the status of your refund, refund offset, and tax forms and publications, or for Tax and Trade Bureau questions, press 1. If you believe that you are a victim of a scam or would like to file a complaint with the Department of Treasury, press 2. For inquiries pertaining to federal government payments, questions regarding federal benefit payments associated with the District of Columbia Retirement Program, or to inquire about a Treasury-related debt or collection letter, press 3. To purchase coins and metals from the U.S. Mint, to inquire about mutilated currency, Bureau of Engraving and Printing tours, or to purchase uncut currency and other items from the Bureau of Engraving and Printing Sales Department, press 4. To reach the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network's regulatory helpline for financial institutions or the Financial Crimes Reporting Hotline, press 5. To contact the Office of Foreign Asset Control for information about travel to Cuba, licensing, or the SDN list, press 6. For general inquiries pertaining to Treasury bills, notes, and bonds, to contact Treasury Direct, or to reach the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, press 7. For inquiries pertaining to the HOPE program, Making Home Affordable, TARP, or other mortgage-related questions, or the Community Development Financial Institution, press 8. If you would like to leave a message with the Treasury Secretary's office on the public comment line, press 9. To repeat this menu, press the pound key.
Damn.
Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
They usually let you talk to someone, but don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna talk to somebody. I'm gonna get somebody on the phone. We got the number right here. Treasury Inspector General. Ron T, you got to look down. You got to scroll down on the back. I'll probably repost it at the top, but you got to scroll down. because it's there. Just scroll down.
You have reached the Treasury Inspector General's Tax Administration. We are not available to take your call at this time. However, if your call pertains to taxes, refunds, or payments, including stimulus payments, please contact the IRS directly by phone at 1-800-829-1040 or via their website at www.
The reason I want to call the IRS, y'all, because the wait lines be crazy. I'm just going to call them right quick. I'm going to call them. I'm going to call the IRS right quick.
Internal Revenue Service. You can also visit us.
You have to catch that. You have to catch that. I'm about to get up our status corrected. Accepted by them.
Press 1.
Make sure our status correction is accepted by them.
Or to check the status of your Form 1040X amended tax return, press 1. For questions about eligibility for a clean vehicle credit or Form 1099-K, answers about personal income taxes or the tax reform law, calculating your income tax withholding, or ordering a tax form, publication, or tax transcript, press 2. For answers about your business taxes, press 3. For information and resources available about the healthcare law, including how it may affect individuals, families, and employers, press 4. For answers about your personal or business taxes as it relates to healthcare, press 5. For frequently asked questions, notice clarification, or to make a one-time payment, press 6. Please wait. If you are calling to check the status of your refund, press 1. If you are calling to check on the status of a 1040X amended tax return, press 2.
Fuck it.
This hotline provides the status of a 1040X amended tax return for the current tax.
Oh, nah. I know who I'm going to call. I know exactly who I'm going to call. It's called the FBI. It's called the FBI. It's called the FBI. Let's do that. Since those of you still don't, and I know most people, are not going to stick around for this.
Hello. You've reached the FBI Washington Field Office in Washington, D.C. All calls are subject to recording. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. To report an immediate threat or incident, press 1. If you represent a law enforcement agency, press 2. If you represent a financial institution and are calling to report a bank robbery, press 3. To provide a tip on criminal or suspicious activity, press 4.
I should press 4.
For internet-related crimes and to submit a complaint, go to www.ic3.gov. For employment,
ic3.gov.
www.
Report an internet crime, ic3.gov.
For media inquiries, email us at
www.ic3.gov. Start reporting y'all channels. Let's see if your information is correct then.
Welcome.
Let's see if that Secret Service really came and seen you. We will see.
Will be answered shortly.
We will see. So what Secret Service came to see it. Let's see if they really screened you. See if those status corrections is really there. Let's see. See if we report those channels as
Welcome.
provide information that's going to get people in trouble. Let's see if the FBI investigate.
Your call will be answered shortly.
Let's see what really happens. See if the information is really legit. If you stand up to an FBI investigation, See if they ain't gonna find any holes in your teachings. Let's see. We all know the answer.
Welcome.
We all know the answer. Now, we about to call the FBI about the 1099s and everybody that still believe that shit getting mad at me because I'm telling them the truth. Let's just see what the FBI has to say. Let's just see. Because if the FBI says it's legit, then you should be able to do it. But if the FBI say it's not legit and you still do it,
your call will
that means
shortly.
You are just such in a desperate situation that you don't care. You just going to hope they accept yours.
Welcome. Your call will be answered shortly.
These teachers ain't going to call the FBI to confirm whether they shit correct or not. They never will because they know that shit ain't legit.
Welcome. Your call will be answered shortly.
Answer this phone, FBI.
Welcome. Your call will be answered shortly.
You can use a 1099 to purchase a vehicle or a car or a house, whatever. It should be somewhere in the law that says you can. Ain't not this, oh, this only the private.
Welcome.
Where only the select few know it. Yeah, whatever.
Your call will be answered shortly.
Let's just see.
Welcome.
And I'm going to start.
Your call will be answered shortly.
I'm going to start reporting these channels. Internet crimes, financial crimes. www.ic3.gov. I'm reporting them all.
Welcome.
For scamming people out of their hard-earned money.
Your call will be answered shortly.
If you have been scammed by anybody, send me a message with their name, their channel name. Send me a message, the name of their channel.
Your call will be answered
In a brief description of what happened, how much you spent, and send it to me in the email. And when I file the complaint with the FBI, I'm going to attach y'all emails.
Welcome.
I don't give a damn who channel it is. They're going to be attached to that email. I ain't nobody's friend. I ain't their friend. I don't care who it is.
Welcome. Your call will be answered shortly.
So you teachers, you better make sure you're on your A game. Because IC3.gov,
Welcome.
all your fraudulent
Call will be answered shortly.
teachers are going to be attached to that email. I'm doing that today. Y'all send me an email of the name of the person. If you got their government,
Welcome.
send that to me. The name of their channel, how much you spent with them,
Your call.
what did they charge you for, what did they say they was going to do, And that is an internet crime. And the FBI are going to do their investigation. All they're going to do is sweep their channel. And yeah.
Your call will be answered shortly.
So let's just see. These so-called teachers and gurus, let's just see if what you're really teaching is legit. Let's just see. Let's just see.
Welcome. Your call will be
Let's just see.
Shortly.
Because all these teachers claiming they legit, but all they motherfucking students always complaining.
Welcome.
We will see. God damn, FBI.
Your call will be answered shortly.
Because if you can buy all those things with a 1099, I must be missing something.
Welcome.
I must be missing something. Maybe I'm misreading it.
Your call will be answered shortly.
So let's just see if it's actually true.
Welcome.
I mean, come on now, it's getting ridiculous. I know some of these teachers watching from the cloud, they hoping the FBI don't pick up. They watching from the clouds like, man, I hope the FBI don't pick up. I hope some of my students ain't on this live. I hope you don't say the same thing that I was just teaching last night and everybody paid for. Man, hope the FBI don't say. Hope the FBI don't say it ain't legit. Because I'm about to shut my channel down. Shut the Telegram down.
Welcome.
About to shut the Telegram down. You know that's what they about to do.
Be answered shortly.
They're about to shut their YouTube channel down and Telegram. But still get my status corrections, y'all. Get my W5, get my W5 BLT.
Welcome.
Got my W5 BLT coming.
Your call will be answered shortly.
Get your purchase orders, y'all. They was doing it wrong. I perfected the process.
Welcome.
Y'all, this don't make no damn sense.
Your call will be answered shortly.
They take it too long. Gurus, y'all off the hook. Y'all off the hook for right now. I'm going to try this last number. You're off the hook right now.
Investigation. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Please note this call may be recorded. If you're calling for a background check, or criminal activity, a tip, or complaint, please press 1. To report internet crimes, please press 2. To reach an operator, please press 7. To repeat this menu, please press.
Am I answering? Oh, 3,000. Am I answering?
You have reached the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Please note this call may be recorded. If you're calling for a background check, to report criminal activity, a tip, or complaint, please press 1. To report internet crimes, please press 2. To reach an operator, please press
FBI headquarters, how can I transfer your call?
I'm trying to transfer it to the, I guess, the internet crimes. We're just trying to get some information on some information that's been floating around on the internet, and I pretty believe it's not legit. I just want to see what, if I can get some guidance on that.
Okay, one moment.
All right.
Hello. Thank you for calling the FBI. To continue this call in English, press 1. For Spanish, press 2. This is not a 911 service for taking emergency calls. For emergencies, please call 911. If you or someone you know are having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health crisis, or seeking mental health resources, press 1. In a few moments, you will be connected to an operator. This call will be recorded for quality assurance, investigative or other purposes. If you do not wish to be recorded, please press 1 to receive details on how to report electronically, and this call will then be disconnected. Some states have passed red flag laws that restrict individuals from having firearms based on the belief they are a danger to themselves or others. Your local law enforcement agency may have more information on these laws. During this call, you will be asked to provide identifying information about yourself and or the persons about whom you are calling. These questions will ask for information regarding name, date of birth, telephone number, and address. For the best accuracy, please do not use speakerphone while providing this information. We use this information to assist in investigating your tip. You do not have to provide your name or other personal information. However, the lack of information may delay or hurt our ability to investigate your tip. Any information you can provide may be used for authorized purposes. Repeatedly providing information with no demonstrated investigative value may result in the FBI no longer taking your information. By continuing this call, you are agreeing to these terms. To help us process your call most efficiently, please tell us in a sentence or two what federal violation or national security issue you are calling about.
Treasury violations, mail fraud.
In 1 to 2 sentences, please explain why you are calling.
To bring public awareness into.
In 1 to 2 sentences, please explain why you are calling.
Potential.
Thank you for your entry. To report a tip on an FBI case currently highlighted in the news, press 1. To report a tip about a threat to human life, serious bodily injury, significant violent action, or threats to national security, press 2. To report a suspicious email, hacked email, internet scams, cryptocurrency scams, ransomware, threatening communications through email or text message with demands for money, press 3. To report mortgage fraud, press 4. To report telemarketing fraud, gift card fraud, identity theft, or unfair or fraudulent business practices, press 5. If you are calling about any other issue, press 6. To repeat this menu, please press the pound key.
Man, I could hit 3, 4, 5.
Please say your phone number is 883453. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
No.
Please say or enter your 10-digit phone number now. Your phone number 71.
LAMONT.
The spelling of your legal first name is LAMONTE. If this is correct, say yes. If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
Please spell your legal last name now.
Thomas.
The spelling of your legal last name is Thomas. If this is correct, say yes.
Yes.
If this is incorrect, say no. Please say or enter your date of birth as month, day, and 4-digit year. Your date of... If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
Please say or enter your 5-digit zip code now. Your zip... If this is incorrect, say no.
Yes.
Please say your state or 2-letter state abbreviation now. The state of... Yes.
Yes.
If this is incorrect, say no. Please spell your city now. Yes.
Yes.
If this is incorrect, say no. Please say your street address, including house number and street name. Now. Your
Yes.
Your expected wait time is over 5 minutes. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
Okay. They ask for all my information. Date of birth, first name, last name, address. Oh, yeah. I ain't got nothing to hide. I give it to you. So they're going to get on the line. I won't be surprised if they pay me a visit. I would not be surprised if they pay me a visit. Hold on. Because we're going to talk about this live. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
No pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man. She wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. With this street code, I abide to the letter. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes bar with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field of play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. I'm only smoking, no pressure. I'm digging graves with the shovel. Just like Pac in my nigga bags, you should know Liddy be a rebel. They watch the corner for a stat. Watch out. My little nigga be the lookout. You broke that shit embarrassing. Like the drunk uncle watch the cookout. My 10 down, you got a foot out. I fuck my bitch, never put.
Okay, well, I'm still on hold. I got the headphones on because I don't want the music to be all in the background. I will get off, go back on speaker when someone gets on the line. So, yeah. So, you social media teachers and gurus, if what you're really doing is legit, I'm just going to check the FBI with it. Why not? Why not? So let me open up this panel. Y'all can hit the link and come up. I am still on hold. Hit the link and come up. But let's see. Y'all know any scammers? Drop their name in the social media gurus, scammers. Drop their name in the chat. Let's just see. Drop their names, their channel names in the chat. Let's just see if they really legit. Throw the FBI on their line. Throw the FBI on their line. Let's just throw the FBI on their line. Still on hold. Because that's what I'm trying to see. I'm still on hold. We're going to see. We're going to see. That's what we're going to do. Because ain't nothing wrong with making sure harder working people are getting scammed out their money. Am I doing something wrong? Let me know if I'm doing something wrong. Or should I have just I just want to see if they legit. I just want to see if they legit, y'all. That's all I want to do. Is it legit? Because all these channels up here, y'all remember this? Watch this. Remember, I think King V was talking about insurance. Remember? They talking about insurance contracts and shit like that. Now look at this. Look who got insurance contract. Look. Look. Insurance contract. See that? Look, apply for a grant and pay back with trust funds that don't exist. See this shit right here?
Good morning, chosen few. Those of you who are still hanging around, thanks for coming back. Here's the deal. I've touched on some things in the past.
Apply for a grant and then pay back with trust funds. It's your money, use it when you need it. Right.
And briefly spoke about them. And today I want to talk about one of the things that I'd mentioned. One of you out there, I'm not going to mention any names, but actually quite a few, that one suggested that I maybe do a little video on this. And my intentions was to do this, but I wanted to shake off the unchosen. If you're watching this video, then you are one of the chosen, or you're police, and that's okay. You're chosen to be here too. You need to hear what's going on. You can't stop it, but you need to hear it anyway. So, like I say, man, any of this information I'm putting out here, if you can prove it wrong, man.
You been proved it wrong. You been proved it wrong. Your cronies wouldn't let you lie. You been proved it wrong. 1099A, 1099C, apply for a grant, pay back with trust funds. What trust funds? Don't worry, I'm still on hold. What trust funds? Because I already went over the court cases, guys. There's no secret treasury trust fund account. So what trust funds? Now, if you got a real trust at a bank and real reserves in that account, debits, credits from money you deposited from your trust funds businesses, then yeah. But why would you need a 1099A and a 1099C? Why would you even need a grant? Just use the trust funds to do what you need to do. So what trust fund are you talking about? Fair use, by the way. What trust fund are you talking about, Chris Hauser? What trust fund?
Send me a video proving it wrong, and I'll put it on this channel.
You lying like shit. You know, man. Actually, you know what? I'll prove this video. Oh, 4 months ago. I'll prove you wrong. Send me your email. And I will do that for you. There you go. I'll prove you wrong. Send me an email and I will do that for you. I'll prove you wrong. I'm still on hold, y'all. Hello. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's LAMONT. No E at the end. Yeah, no E at the end.
Thank you. I have a last name of Thomas, Thomas.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Thomas.
Thank you. And I have a date of birth of June 5th.
It is.
Thank you. And then lastly, I have an address. In Woodbridge.
Well, ma'am, it's getting crazy. It's on the internet. A lot of these, I don't know, call themselves teachers and content creators are going around here charging people with for money, stating that they can file forms 1099A and 1099 OID and 1099Cs to access a secret trust fund account at the United States Treasury, having people file mortgages, trying to basically teach people how to buy things in this world without using money, and that there's some secret government trust fund account that's going to pay for it. The problem is people are in.
How do you know this information?
Because it's purely live on all their channels.
Because it's live on their channel?
Yeah, that.
What channels are you reporting?
These are YouTube channels, TikTok channels, Instagram channels, but mainly the two launching spots from what I've seen is TikTok and YouTube.
And then do you have a specific account that you're referring to?
There.
Content creator?
Yeah. There. Yep. I got one right here. Name is Christopher Hauser. Hau. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just asked you to spell it, so you already started. Is that Hauser?
Yes. You got Christopher Hauser.
Traditional spelling.
Say it again, ma'am.
It's for traditional spelling, CHRISTOPHER?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you have any other identifiers for him, like his channel name?
Let me see. The channel name just that's the channel name right there.
Okay. Do you know his TikTok account? Name?
I think it's the same name.
Okay. And so basically he's saying that...
Oh, I have more for you. I have more names for you. I have more names for you. You got Jonah Bay, Paths to Freedom. Okay.
This is just the initial report side of the process.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, the most important one would be...
Exactly what you're reporting.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, so this, like I said, this is the initial report side of the process. Should an investigator read over this information, they can contact you at the number you provided to get the rest of the information. Okay, so you're basically saying that this YouTuber or multiple YouTubers are encouraging people that there's a different way to buy things and that they don't have to actually use money. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, use money and defrauding the government. I mean, and defrauding the United States Treasury, because what they're doing is they're filing 1099 forms with false withholdings. They're filing false withholdings, and you know what I'm saying, and that will trigger, of course, an erroneous refund, but there's no actual withholding that ever takes place.
Okay. Do you know about what day they posted this YouTube video?
It's all over every day, all day. But the one name I just gave you, it was from 4 months ago. But man, it's all day, every day, all of them, all day, every day. You got like, yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you reporting this information to the FBI, and we will get this documented for you. And like I said, I have enough that I need for the initial report, and they'll reach out to you if they need any further information.
All right, yeah. Please have them reach out to me. Yeah, of course, y'all know where I live, but you know, okay, yeah. So, yeah. Should have said Tamika MWEDU first. Should have said that. He was just the first one. I didn't know she was going to just start initially there. I wanted her to start somewhere else initially. Like Chris Hauser, he ain't even at the top of my list. He I put him down at the bottom. But yeah. Oh, they're going to reach out. They're going to call back. Actually, they may come see me, but they're definitely going to call back. Yeah. Tamika. Miss Jackson, you've been off the field for look. You got the fuck up out of here. Tamika, Skip the Boss, MWEDU, all of you. Let's just see if what you're doing is really legit. Let's just see. Let's just see all this compliance talk. Let's just really see. We're going to see. Now, don't go and take down all your old videos, those QSIP numbers, those fraudulent QSIP document papers where you found the QSIPs. Don't go take those videos down now. Because you know, the FBI can get access to the YouTube database. Yeah, it may be taken down from your channel, but it ain't never removed from that database. Remember, this is not your platform. Paths to Freedom, all of them. When they call me back, all of them are going, all of them. And then while we're there, I'm going to explain what I do, which I've already sent them documents, which they've already refused to indict me. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I got emails from me and Treasury agents. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I ain't tripping. That's why I get my information. They needed my date of birth, my address, first and last name. Oh, yeah, come on. let's just really see. 2025 is up for all y'all. 2025, I am going to destroy you all. It's up and it's stuck. Guerrilla warfare has now been waged. Be prepared. Because I got copies of all y'all stuff. The collateral, I got it all. Status correct, I got it all. And if the Secret Service really came to see you, you should have nothing to worry about. Right. Y'all should have nothing to worry about. This will be the true test if your teachings are correct. This should be the true test if this right here, hold on, Jonah Bay. If this right here, what is this? Got you live. Got you live. Yeah. $9 billion certificate, $1 billion lien. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Universal laws. Everybody. You see this? You see this? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We're going to see if that seminar is legit. Jonah, Pastor Freedom. We're going to see. Oh, yeah. You got the suits. You can look good. How to sue cops for not following oaths. Right here. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. You next. Oh, you did you? Paid your bills with your private account number? You next. Surrender in the all caps name? Get it. Client coupon, UCC, bills paid? Yeah. Yeah. We will see. We will see. All this. Yeah. All this. Hold on. We are going to see. if the IR, if the classes. Well, what? Nah. Take some classes. But the part where these Q-sips right there. Let's see. Yeah.
Don't forget to get that birth certificate authenticated on the state level. You have to send it to your Secretary of State where you was born at with the application, whatever the fee is of the money order, and with a return mail envelope, and they'll send it back to you. And when you get that back, I'm gonna let you know what you need to do.
Okay.
Don't forget to get.
Okay. All right. Okay. We got you. We got you. But that's not what I'm really looking for. I'm really looking for all that. The banking class. Let's see if that banking class was. Let's see if it's if it's applying federal law. It was applied to federal law. Because if there is no worries, so these are the people were selling the 1,000% interest a day, selling that 1,000% interest a day. Right. Right. Hold on. Down to this fictitious instrument. Where's this fictitious instrument at? Under in violation of 18 USC. Let's see. Let's get down to this fictitious instrument. Oh, Alessandra, you too. Fraudulent IRS securities. Where is the fictitious? Let's say setting off. I'm going to see and make sure Ernest had to do something. As you can see, We all know somebody paid for your status corrections the night before, and you went to the bank to go withdraw the money to make it seem like a status correction. We know that was somebody client's money. We know. Which everybody broke and everybody violated, and still ain't nothing happened. Protected person. Get your IPP through Midwest. So okay, we going. See if that's legit. Is that really issued by the Secretary of State? CP 575 class up. Yeah, see that CP 575. Yeah. People's hard-earned money. Look at that. Scammer. I'm not his mentor. I'm Ray. If anybody with a face, you see anybody coming with a face, got rid of the book. Got rid of all the old shit. Hey, all that shit from 2020, 2021, 2022 with the bill of exchange with the instructions. Got rid of it. It used to go all the way down to 2015. What? But there's still enough incriminating evidence in here.
As you guys see, I used my IPP ID in the bank yesterday. Don't forget to get your IPP ID that's exempt. Do not.
You're required, if your license is internationally protected person. Let's just see what that is. Because, of course, you already know that short going to be taken down. Yeah, I know you're going to take that short down. He going to take that short. That short is going down. Everything about all this old project, all that shit going down. Internationally protected persons. So let's go here. Who issues IPP cards and have the authority to make one and protected person? And Tamika, all the government, all the FBI got to do is play that discharge that shit video. That's all. That's the only one they really need to see. What are you going to see? What makes a person under international laws? So, an internationally protected person is someone who enjoys special protection under international law, such as heads of states, diplomats, and other high-ranking officials. The authority to designate someone as an IPP typically lies within the government of the country where the person is located or the international organization they protect. This designation is often based on international treaties and conventions such as the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. As for IPP cards, these are not commonly issued as a standard form of identification. Instead, the status of an IPP is recognized through diplomatic channels in the official documentation provided. But you don't need to do that. The government. You don't need to go through the government. All you got to do is go here to get it. That's all you got to do. This is where you got to go to get it. Look, y'all. It's all where you got to go. Go right here.
I don't know if you could read the title, but it says you want some lies with that on my photo.
You ain't got to go through no government, no diplomatic. Let's go right here. Hold on 1 second. Go right here to get it. Right. And you're going to say, right. Shout out to P Duper. Y'all get like P and the one and Ron T and drop the super chat. Y'all, yeah. Hit the Cash App, y'all. See that at the bottom? Cash App. Drop the super sticker. We're gonna bring these people. Down. Yeah. Hit the Cash App. Drop the super sticker. All right, y'all. So, shout out Thomas Harris in the building. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm sending you a link because I think I don't know if you've seen it yet, but
You're rocking with the best
of today.
Yep, go ahead.
So they got it was a user. He claimed he goes by always touching money, and they went and ran up in his spot. Local sheriffs. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so I sent you a link of it. And that's because you review one of, I think he had posted something. So I was like, wow, they really pulled up on him.
Oh shit. You trying to say it had something to do with that?
Oh no.
Review one of his stuff?
Yeah. Let me see, because I think I know which video you had reviewed before.
All right, but Ron T, it don't matter if it's a donation, you're still teaching it. You're still teaching it. And if your teaching violates the law, you're still liable. And it's not a donation, it's not the wording. A donation, it's not really a donation because they're going to be able to, if it'll be a donation if the people making a donation is not expecting anything in return. These people are expecting stuff in return for the donation. So legally, it's not a donation, no matter how much you say donate. You're expecting something in return. It's still an exchange. Like if you got to donate $750 for a status correction, you're donating, air quotes, but you still get some return. So that is a transaction. So that donation, it doesn't work because they would have to just be given $750 with no expectations on return. And if you decide to give them a status correction, then it is what it is. But people that give $750, they're expecting something for that. So you're in a transaction. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
y'all.
this is one of our tribal members from Abutala tribe. You know,
Oh
he was
shit.
standing on his square, and I sent you the link to it. He was outside the courthouse.
Let's see. I see. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to let me see if I can play.
Yeah, he's
I
one
might
of our
have to
senior members. You know what I mean?
now what does this person do?
He creates paperwork. He makes like if you
Always
ain't trying to
touching
pay
money
any,
ink.
yeah, he's always touching money. I don't know how much he got. He had posted an audio, but he sells
I
like court
got you.
processes, court warrantos, affidavits. You know,
Let me
he's good with the legal work.
so if you ain't trying to pay.
Yeah. That's your guy right there.
Uh, what I'm gonna do is when did that take place? Because I'm on his channel, but it's not showing what you sent me.
Hold on one second.
I mean, I got it on my phone, but it's not when I go on his real channel. It's not nothing. That what you sent me is not. It's just an
This was 4 days ago.
assortment of. Yes, I don't think it's up. Let
That
me
first
see.
one
Oh,
was
I
4 days
see.
ago, and then the other one was.
How we gonna check? I'm gonna check. I'm just gonna check this one out. I'm about to get off here anyway. It's Friday. I gotta.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta go spend this
let's see.
silver.
See what he talking about? Yeah. Go straight to Fidelity with it. So let's see. Oh, yeah, straight citizen. Ain't no question about that.
Yeah, he's right above Crypto Girl. Like it's him, and then it's Crypto Girl, like right under him.
Okay.
Henderson Constables, Deputy Ruiz. Henderson Constables, Deputy Ruiz.
Get away from my door. Get away from my door.
Henderson Constables, Deputy Ruiz.
Get away from my door.
Henderson Constables, Deputy Ruiz.
Get away from my door. Get away from my door.
Henderson Constables, Deputy Ruiz.
Get away from my door.
Henderson Constables, Deputy Ruiz.
Get away from my door.
Henderson Constables, open the door. We'll make forcible entry.
Get away from my door.
Open the door. Deputy Ruiz, open the door. Hello, Deputy Ruiz, Henderson Constable's office. Deputy Ruiz, Henderson.
Wow. Constable, private mailbox, the stamp, paid to the order of individual
see
banker, EIN, foreign.
That sheriff
Borrow
didn't
from
know
your
what he was talking
estate.
about. That sheriff don't know what he's talking
Right.
about.
Sheriff didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a mistake. Right.
Yeah.
Remember, it's not us. When they don't honor it, it's their fault. They're doing it wrong. Right. The International Bill of Exchange, which is used in
Anything else while you're in branch today?
No, man, that'll be all. Thank you so much.
Of course.
got the thumbprint.
Anything else while you're in branch today?
No, man, that'll be all. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Court process, got the International Bill of Exchange.
Yeah. He's one of the mentees. You know, he took our class last week. So you see he's standing on his rights already.
Right.
Quit coming and trying to run your mouth like you know something.
I do know something.
Obviously,
y'all expect stupid people to
pay
come in
your
here.
rent, you got evicted, bro.
At the end of the day,
you didn't pay your rent and you got evicted. But that's what we teach in the 2025, y'all. Don't pay your rent. Cancel the con. Even the remedy is going to happen. Even if they're escorting you off the process, they got to do that because publicly they got to remove you. But once you're off the public property of your home, then they're going to leave and give you your private remedy. So when they leave, even if they lock the doors or change the locks when they leave, you still stand right there because remember, 72 hours, 3 days. But with the quo warranto with proof of claim, it goes to 30 minutes. So you got to wait for them to come back in 30 minutes. If they don't come back in 30 minutes, call me. Oh, they didn't come back in 30 minutes? Okay. You got to go down to the court office to now make an appearance to claim the estate because you abandoned the estate when they put you out the house. So you got to go back to the courthouse to claim the estate. And if they deny, they're going to give you a public denial slip. But if you turn on the back and endorse it back to them, that's what you got to know what to do. And if they don't take it, it's discharge. So if they say, nah, we don't accept it, that's their way of getting out. So you got to realize it. So then you say, I accept your non-acceptance. And then they're going to give you the key. Yep. That's how it goes. Yep.
I gave laws that were in place for people who pay rent or sign a lease agreement.
Get a ruling from a judge. Quit trying to come back and
y'all just mad because I'm doing that.
You not paying your rent.
At the end of the day, I did what I was supposed to do.
You didn't pay your rent.
I gave a form of payment, which was the International Bill of Exchange. That's exactly what I did.
Well,
that was processed through the courts. So now the fact that I did give a form of payment and y'all trying to basically say it's not a form of payment when it actually is.
Well, obviously it's not an American accepted form of payment.
Oh, yes, it definitely that is a.
Hold on. You can't be talking about this International Bill of Exchange for court.
Anything else while you're in?
No, man, that'll be all. Thank you so much.
Of course.
So after that was filed, go through all that. Remember the 15,000 step process? After that was filed in the court, this is what ends up happening.
Coming and trying to run your mouth like you know something.
I do know something.
Obviously,
y'all expect stupid people
pay
to come
your
in
rent,
here.
You got evicted, bro.
At the end of the day, I
pay
gave
your rent.
laws that were in place for people who pay rent or sign a lease agreement.
Get a ruling from a judge. Quit trying to come back and
y'all just mad because I'm doing that.
You not paying your rent.
At the end of the day, I did what I was supposed to do.
You didn't pay your rent.
I gave a form of payment, which was the International Bill of Exchange. That's exactly what I did.
Well,
that was processed through the courts. So now the fact that I did give a form of payment and y'all trying to basically say it's not a form of payment when it actually is.
Well, obviously, it's not an American accepted form of
payment. Yes, that is an American accepted form of payment. Look up the International Bill of Exchange for yourself, because obviously you don't know. You don't know.
I ain't the one that didn't pay my rent.
Y'all big mad though. I come here as many times as I had to. Y'all ain't pressing nobody, bro. Ain't nobody scared of y'all. Y'all public servants. Get your ass back in.
Well, right there, what you see, that's just frustration, hurt, pain. That's what's going on right now, because his sovereign citizen stuff did not work. Because we got all the same stuff over here. We got all the same stuff. He just did it wrong. That's all.
Yeah.
So
He missed a couple
let's just
steps.
see. Yeah, he just missed a couple steps. That's all. Can you pay your bills with an international bill of exchange? Let's just see if you can pay your bills with an international bill of exchange. An international bill of exchange is a financial instrument used primarily in international trade to facilitate transactions between buyers and sellers. It is a written order that binds one party to pay a fixed sum of money to another party on demand or at a predetermined date. While it is legally binding document and can be used to settle business transactions, it's not typically used for paying everyday bills like utility or phone services. Bills of exchange are more commonly used in business-to-business transactions, especially with international trade, import, export, shipment of goods, to provide assurance and protection for both parties involved. For personal bills payments, more conventional methods like bank transfers, credit cards, or online payment services are usually more appropriate and widely accepted. Well, the reason why they use the international bill of exchange, because the more conventional methods like bank transfers, credit cards, online payments, they lack sufficient funds to do so, or just don't want to. That's why they do the bill of exchange. If you really ask them to explain the bill of exchange, only thing they're going to go to is the International Bill of Exchange on the international laws on business of exchange and international promissory notes. Read that. Let's see if the United States is actually a party of that treaty. Is the United States international bills and notes? Let's just see if they're a party to it. They probably are, since it was held in New York. But New York is kind of like one of the seats of the United States. United States a party to the UNCTAD Convention on on international bills and notes. Well, what do you do? Breaking news, everyone, because the reason why I asked it, because I did the research and I've never seen it. The United States is not a party to the United Nations Conventions on International Bills of Exchange and International Promissory Notes, which was adopted by the General Assembly on December 9, 1988. This convention aims to harmonize and unify the law of international payments, but the United States has not ratified it. God damn it, they hate me again. I keep busting their bubbles. They're going to hate me again for this one. Just bust their bubbles. They hate me again. Oh, wow. Oh, they hate me again. I just bust their bubbles. I just bust their bubbles again.
You know, in
says,
his situation, I'm
gonna read it again for you. The United States is not a party to the United Nations Convention on International Bills of Exchange and International Promissory Notes, which was adopted by the General Assembly on December 9, 1988. This convention aims to harmonize and unify the law of international payments, but the United States has not ratified it. Because I always looked in the law to see if they actually ratified it. They never ratified it. I never seen the United States. People don't understand the real law. They never read it through. They was told that but if you ask them, here you go, signature. This is what this right here. It's the signature. Who's a party to it? Right here. United Nations Convention on International Business and International Promissory Note. Authority information on the status of treaties deposited with the Secretary General of the United Nations, including historical status information, may be obtained by consulting the United States Treaty Collection. The UNCTAD Secretary also prepares yearly a document containing the status of conventions and enhancements of UNCTAD model law, which is available in ways with correspondent commission session. So it says here that in 1990, the United States of America signed it. The Russian Federation signed it. Canada signed it. Ratification, approval, acceptance, or successions. So accession, ratification is going to be this asterisk. Approval is going to be the cross. Acceptance is going to be double cross or successions. If you look here, the United States of America has never ratified it or accepted it. So it does not apply to them. Which means if this was true, then bills of exchange and promissory notes would have been governed under this convention. But since it's not, it's still governed under UCC 3. But as you can see right here, the United States has not ratified it, meaning this law does not apply to transactions in the United States. I'm sorry, I keep busting but he's making an argument. Now let's go back to his argument.
Quit coming and trying to run your mouth like you know something.
I do know something.
Obviously,
y'all expect stupid people to come in here.
You got evicted, bro.
At the end of the day, I gave laws that were in place for people who pay rent or sign a lease agreement.
Get a ruling from a judge. Quit trying to come back and
y'all just mad because I'm doing that.
You not paying your rent.
At the end of the day, I did what I was supposed to do.
You didn't pay your rent.
I gave a form of payment, which was the international bill of exchange.
What?
That's exactly what I did.
What?
That was probably.
You gave a formal payment, which was the internet given while you was in the United States, but yet the United States has not ratified it. It's not even into force. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It takes 10. They only got 8 signatures. So guess what? It's still not enforced yet. Even since 1988, it's still not enforced because you need 10 signatures, 10 actions are required. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're missing 5. And this convention was held in 1988, and there's no entry into force. So, sir, just like all the other sovereign citizens, you a worthless piece of paper
through the courts. So now
Thomas' legacy is undefeated.
The fact that I did give a form of payment and y'all trying to basically say it's not a form of payment when it actually is.
No, it's not. Because the Alto conviction was never fully ratified. But look at everybody that's running around issuing international bills of exchange and international promissory notes from a convention that was just a convention. They don't even have 10 signatures, 10 actions. In the United States, they just signed it. That don't mean you ratified it. Hasn't even been ratified by the United States. So the unsurcharged conviction don't even matter to them. Watch this.
You're about to comment on it.
States never ratified the and then what I'm going to do I'm going to see if I can do it here. See if I can copy it. Probably can't copy it.
And you know the crazy thing about all of this is that he could have lost his life trying to fight with the sheriff trying to evict him because they covered up the camera for a reason, you know. So it's like even if you were right, why are you arguing or holding court with people if what you're saying is right?
Right. Because he's embarrassed. I told you, they all think that their way of seeing it is the correct way. Then they test hissy fits when the one goes with it.
Why even argue with that officer outside of the building if what you're saying is correct? He's sitting there disrespecting you, talking about you coming up here running your mouth. Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
So I said, right. And this is what I said. The United States never ratified the UNCTAD Convention. They need 10 actions to ratify it and only have 5 as of this date, meaning you gave a worthless instrument. That's exactly what you gave. That's exactly what you gave. With the super sticker. Y'all get like Peter with the super sticker, y'all. Shout out to the one and only. Been a member for a good 30 blickums. Because when you do it, Y'all know
You're rocking with the best.
Rocking with the best. So, for those of you who did not know, now you know. Trying to use an international bill of exchange or international promissory note is just as you trying to use a used toilet paper as payment. It's worthless. And I know there's some people that are mad at the fact because they've already used it. Explain having the executive office status not give you ownership or authorization over the BOC. I need to share this because, want to know why? Because it doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't give you no status. Just because you have it, that's not a trust itself. The birth certificate is not a trust itself. Social Security is not a security. Social Security card is not a security. It's no monetary value. It's no, just because you filed the birth certificate authenticated, birth certificates are used for identity purposes. Once it gets authenticated, the only thing it's saying is this is a real instrument. This is the real identity of the person. This came from a real state government. That's all it means when you authenticate it. It doesn't mean that you're taking possession or hold any office in it. It's just a birth certificate. It evidences other things and other events which you don't have access to. So by you authenticating your birth certificate means nothing. Want to know why? The IRS already has this on one of their frivolous websites, claiming executor status over a birth certificate. It's on their frivolous filing site. That's 98% of what everybody tries has already been deemed frivolous by the government. Birth certificates are only used for identity purposes. It's a form of identification. That's it. It does not give you any right and any trust. You can't pay any bills. You can't liquidate it. You can't draw down on it. You can't put it on Schedule A of your own trust you create. You can't assign a monetary value to it. It's nothing. It has no monetary value. Birth certificates have no monetary value. It's just a certificate of live birth, birth certificate. It's just an information related to the birth of an individual. The problem is, before people get hit with the sovereign citizen bug, that's what their belief system, what it was. And that's exactly what it is. There are some things that what you believe is wrong. That's not one of the things. Go back to your normal belief of what a birth certificate is, because everybody has tried to do some type of liquidation of it, some type of issue securities against it, and it did not work. You are not holding a proper executive status over a birth certificate. It means nothing. I know someone who filed their birth certificate and their will and all that with the probate, and the IRS still ain't honored none of their checks. They still ain't honored. It still didn't work.
But if he gets the class, we'll show him how to do it correctly, so they will accept it.
Right. Right. They're only going to accept ours. Can you become an executor over a birth certificate? Let's see what it says. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, Bubbles getting burst. I didn't mean to bust anybody's bubble today. We just come in. It was Friday, cooling out. But God damn it, man. God damn it, man.
A hard head makes for
But
a
you know what it
soft
boils down
ass.
to? Watch this. You can't become an executor over a birth certificate. An executor is someone appointed to manage the estate of a deceased person, handling tasks like distributing assets, paying debts, and filing necessary documents. Birth certificates, on the other hand, are vital records that document the birth of every person and are not something that requires an executor. That's exactly right. So do you know what it boils down to is people spent so many years trying to learn alternative revisionist history that they could have took those years. They believe that the executor status also controls the SSN usage. No, it does not. It does not. It does not. They all believe it, but ask them, if they put it on paper, what were their results? Do you notice how backwards we become when we move off of belief and what we've been taught, not actually off of what really works and what doesn't? I mean, they know no one has been successful in this, and all someone got to do is say they have, and they just believe it and continue to go with it, continue to go down this path. If they would have went down more realistic paths, they would be so far ahead of where most people are at now, because they spend years following dead end roads that lead to dead end. Just because you've been in this space for years don't mean you've actually progressed. Most people are still stuck on first base, and they've been in these space more than 5 years, and they're still stuck on first base, but they don't want to accept that fact, because they would have to accept that they wasted time, energy, and spent money on the wrong things. But once you accept that fact and make the commitment to studying the right things, then you're starting a new chapter. You can put that shit behind you. The problem is that most people just don't want to let go. They have a problem letting go. And then over Thomas' legacy, we follow the facts, statistics, the data. We follow the money wherever it leads us. I investigated all these claims, y'all. Investigated. I've seen dudes so bit heavily with the sovereign citizen bug, and they'll just try the same shit for years and just keep trying. Then they go crazy. They lose their home. They lose their vehicles. They lose their family. I've seen people lose their family behind this belief system. But like I said, people get services for people or follow people based on a belief system, not based on black and white objective facts, statistics, and data. No one can cure that. That has to be something that person has to do on their own. I just try to give you more insight and awareness so you can make more informed decisions, so you can have more than one option, because most of them, they do all that warranty pro fucking fee schedule. It's all the same shit. They all do the same shit. When it doesn't work, they all do that. They get mad when they file fee schedules, try to file liens. They get mad and when it doesn't work. They all get mad, but they will never accept the reality that maybe what they're doing is wrong, because they're hard-headed, they're stubborn, and they think they know it all. Take over, Thomas. I'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, look at what happened to him. He had the people show up to his house and had to remove him, and it's embarrassing, because I mean, you got to think too, like, you do all this work, create all this paperwork just to show up to what you believed. You're showing up to court to present this, and then they slam it in your face, and then now you're fighting with the police officers. Now you're getting evicted. So what foundation did you even set for yourself if you didn't even have the understanding in the first place? You don't understand how to conduct yourself in court, how to present your documents the correct way. And it's a whole process of learning um the proper procedures. And I think we talked about this probably last week,
But
uh-huh.
yeah, but the thing about that is, what I want to say is that they don't even fully understand the documents that they're sending in. So if we look at this live, let's just run it by for once.
Yeah. I can't hear you if you're talking. I still don't hear you. Okay, I can hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It did back out.
You hear me now? All right, so
Yeah.
here's the thing. Certificate. An executor is someone appointed to manage the estate of a deceased person. Birth certificates, on the other, are vital statistics. The documents. The thing about it is that you can believe what you want to believe. And you can say this, you can say that, I can say this, I can say that. You can give me a laundry list of the revisionist history. But when you go to execute it, what is the response? And we can't just say, oh, that's what they're going to say in public. Oh, that's what they're going to put out for the public. We got to do more than that, because no one has showed me that being an executor over an estate, because I know someone that filed it and thought the IRS is going to honor his self-created remittances from the estate, and they sent them a bill instead. He was an executor. I know someone that tried that shit to get out of court case. He still went to jail. $30 years ago, I probably would have believed it, because some people were getting through because they just didn't understand. But now, courts, they have meetings on this. They're all aware of it, and it doesn't work, because no one has ever showed me evidence that anyone has benefited just by having a birth certificate financially. No one has shown me evidence. Everybody has an opinion, but no one has shown me evidence. Show me evidence. Show me evidence that someone set off a mortgage based on by turning their birth certificate in and liquidating their birth certificate. Show me that they set off a mortgage. No one has ever showed me. All I keep saying is show me, show me, show me proof. Shut me up. You're not going to change my opinion by talking. Shut me up with the proof. That's all I say. That's all I say. But every time I look around, it's always a court case. It's always it's always a court case. It's always It's always a IRS bill. It's always a frivolous filing. It's always something that says what you said doesn't exist. But there's never something, it's never something where the government is giving them what they asked for. Because I don't care what it is. If it's legit, it's going to be on the record somewhere. Show me in the congressional records. Show me in the congressional records where the government has came and said, there is an estate, there's a trust, there's something, because they seem to have all types of laws everywhere else that's evidencing if you're entitled to funds or not. They got it for everything else except that. Several internet blogs and videos make small claims that the United States birth certificate is a negotiable instrument, a document that promises payment that could be used to make purchases that will be charged to an exemption account, request saving bonds held by the government in your name owed to you. The truth is, birth certificates cannot be used for purchases, nor can they be used to request savings bonds purportedly held by the government. Also, the exemption account is a false term. These accounts are fictitious and do not exist in the Treasury certificate. The reality. These blogs, hold on, let's get right here. These blogs promise that your birth certificate bond will be able to wipe out all your debt or help you collect monies / securities. Some internet sites offer to sell videos, webinars, and coaching how to do this. No one has profited from the Treasury Department by using these tactics. But the scammers intend to profit from this story by selling their bogus wares. In order to shut me up, show me where you have been successful in liquidating the monetary value associated with their birth certificate that's held in some estate. Just show me. Just show me. And I'll shut up. I'm not going to do it myself, but shut me up. That's the only thing that can shut me up over here is black and white facts. Just like everybody that thinks they think you could use international promissory notes and bills of exchange. I know wherever you submitted it, it never worked. There is no monetary value to a birth certificate or a social security number, EIN, and Treasury direct accounts must be funded by the owner through payroll deductions or for purchasing directly from the owner's personal bank account, like what I've done. Went into my Navy Federal and purchased Treasury securities. I did it that way. But everybody's always talking about hook the minor account up to the major account, to the majority account, then the major account to the minor account, then the minor account, the major account. Oh, look at Title 31 CFR. But you know what the problem is? It's nothing but a misinterpretation of it, because they always misinterpret the laws and the statutes. Please be advised to defraud the government by claiming rights to bogus securities. I meant to tell you, you weren't supposed to do that. Your mom wanted to cook when he was in there. You weren't supposed to do that. Okay. Is a violation of federal law, and the Justice Department can and has prosecuted these crimes. Federal criminal convictions have occurred in several cases. The scam artists who post blogs and videos trying to defraud you into buying their fake product do not fall victim to their schemes. That's all it is. And I'm sorry if people don't believe it's a scheme. It's hard to believe something is a scheme, which you put your money into or believed in. But there we go. That was about the birth certificate, Treasury Inspector General. Because every time I look, it's always a court case. It's always a court case, always an IRS. I mean, it's right there on the IRS website. No. It's on the IRS's website. Filing fictitious fraudulent tax forms based off an estate associated with the birth certificate. It's right there on the IRS website. It's in their dirty dozens list, their frivolous filing arguments. So come on, we're not doing this, the birth certificate process. If you're not doing it just to do it, you're doing it because you're trying to get something out of it. So if you would send any type of documents into the IRS regarding some estate connected to your birth certificate, and they already are waiting for it, you really expect me to believe the IRS is going to refund you something out of a estate that don't exist? I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. All anyone has to do is to show me their black and white evidence, and I will shut up. But they never do. They never just show me. That's so easy. Anybody will be wasting their time trying to talk me into it. You'll be wasting your time. I'm still not going to believe it. What I will believe is black and white proof. Shut me up. Some people are like, all right, I'm going to shut you up. You know, people told me, yes, you came to birth service in the state. Is this kind of, I said, okay, shut me up. Well, no, because the birth, I say, okay, I get your point. Shut me up. Show me black and white proof. Then they'll come back and, well, you know, because the birth certificate, because HJR 1X. Okay, I said, listen, I don't care what you say. Show me black and white proof of your success to shut me up. But they never do. They don't believe that shit themselves. That's the shit they gotta believe.
Hey, Lamont, hold up, Lamont. If Kelly is successful, I want to put in my order for a black badge, Cullinan. So, you know, whenever it happens, you know, that's what I want. That'll be my proof.
Okay, proof of the account. Oh, guys, listen, I'm telling you.
Hey, we're gonna have matching Cullinans. You know what I'm saying? You'll have the black one. I have the white one.
Right, I know where that comes from. They all use the same fidelity. I know what you're talking about. They all on TikTok doing it, showing it, but none of it's ever been released. None of it. It always ends up getting reversed. It just, I know what you're talking about. They got the process all over TikTok. It's the same shit. It's not something, I don't believe it's something you came up with your own mind, because you got plenty of people TikTok, the same thing, same fidelity. Look, y'all, it's here. And it'll be that same video from 8 months ago, and you don't see nothing else on it about it afterwards. It's just nothing. Because I don't get it. Why are you showing it beforehand and not show it after you already able to liquidate it? Because it shows credit first. They give you the benefit of doubt, security. But once they do the X's and O's on the back end, nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. I know exactly what you talk about. Dudes tried that about 15, 20 years ago, the fidelity process. I was in the feds with them. I know what they tried. They tried that shit on the streets. It stopped working after 1999 when they had passed Alert 9910. Because back then, see, they was way more smarter than today. Everybody just follows the same way. Back then, they was issuing their own instruments backed by that fidelity account. So the banks is like, oh, yeah, this shit legit. All right. Give them the money up front. Shit don't never come from the fidelity. They done closed the accounts down back then. This back in the 90s. They'll close the accounts down. Now the bank left with they like, well, shit, I shouldn't have processed it. Right. I know. I'm telling you that when it comes to that specific space, the Moorish American sovereign citizen teachings, even though you don't call it that, or you may not be that yourself, that's still all the same shit they use, all the same ideologies. No one has been successful in it. Only thing they do is show accounts. Show your benefit from that account. They're not benefiting from it. They have not benefited from it because it always ends up getting reversed. They don't benefit from it. I would never, like, say 2 million. I would never show you a $2 million account if I'm not even benefiting from it. I'm teasing myself. That shit don't work. It's not going to work. It's going to get reversed like it all does. Look, Ms. Cook was indicted on one count, charging her representing a false and fictitious financial instrument. Bill of exchange in the amount of $1 million. What did I say? 18 USC 514. You see that? And it's sought Ms. Cook makes a whole parse argument that bear the hallmark of the sovereign citizen movement. You see what I'm saying? All the sovereign citizen stuff. Sovereigns believe that there are two forms of citizenship: federal or 14th Amendment citizenship, and the superior state, also known as the de jure citizenship. They further believe the original Constitution recognizes three types of jurisdiction: common law, which requires an injury to personal property. But what they don't understand is the Erie versus Tompkins case back in 1938 removed common law. It removed it. It removed it with regards to personal injury. It removed it. But you know what? They never ever seem to talk about that case. Now common law really only applies to certain instances. Common law marriage, contracts. That's it. Very few instances. Equity, which requires a contract, and admiralty, originally limited to the high seas. Sovereigns argue that federal district courts or admiralty courts and through the UCC federal courts have superseded common law by enforcing federal government contracts that bind people into federal sovereign citizenship. And every type of fucking video, YouTube, these people are always saying the same shit in court on the side of the road. It don't matter. It's one big echo chamber. It's one big echo chamber. And it don't matter. It don't matter whether they don't believe they are. They don't go by the title. 98% of these processes in this space is always some form of Moorish American sovereign citizen patriot movement. It's all the same shit. And what they don't realize is while a lot of y'all still doing shit now, people already tried this shit 25, 30 years ago with no success. They already tried it. And they actually think they're like the first ones to be trying this shit. They've been trying it, man. So her bill of exchange got her indicted. Her bill of exchange got her indicted. So the movement in the United States. Let's see. Look right here. I guarantee you, this person probably sued Fidelity. Look, plaintiff made a complaint contains the following factual allegations. Fidelity is in possession of property, a security which belongs to a plaintiff and has accepted. Fidelity has refused upon request to return the security back to the plaintiff. Plaintiff contacted Fidelity via fax concerning the return of a security/bond with a CUSIP being held in the Fidelity Advisors Small Cap B Fund with the ticker symbol. Plaintiff asserts that Fidelity action constitutes theft, deprivation of property. Plaintiff attached 2 documents to his complaint. Small B Cap Fund. One of the documents states your CUSIP results. That's from that same, told y'all, that's for the person that brought that CUSIP shit. Yeah, the documents describes the investment strategy. Funds contains $3,870,000,000 in assets. On the bottom line, the plaintiff accepted by beneficiary grantee Samuel Roy Abram. The court takes judicial notice of the facts that plaintiff is incarcerated as a result of conviction. Based on the foregoing, plaintiff claims Fidelity violated his 5th Amendment by depriving him of property without due process. A recall on the above mentioned security bond is probably. So here we go. What I tell you, got to be another sovereign citizen. Affidavit of status, sovereign citizen talk. Samuel Roy Abram, American freeman, sovereign citizen. Private citizen of the United States, sovereign citizen language. American national, sovereign citizen language. Notice of deed of acknowledgement and acceptance without consideration and relief without consideration. Non pro tunc, ab initio, sovereign citizen language. State of Maryland, certificate of live birth, rescission of signatures, a suretyship, non pro tunc, ab initio, sovereign citizen. Declaration of proper name, notice of private trust arrangement, sovereign citizen. Private business trust, all that. And look, they all did, because Fidelity never released his so-called securities. Once they did the check and realized that shit ain't legit, they kept it. Now look, so basically what it boils down to in this case, look, all this equitable claim to the proper security, private trust matter, and they never did it. And we're going to go down here. Dismiss. It's moot. Dismiss. Like they all do. Get dismissed. On the file, I guess, because they ain't released those securities or those funds. And what was this? 2016. It's all, I mean, I can just go case by case by case by case by case of people who try to get that money from Fidelity. It just never worked. It never happened. It never happened. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. It's all that. Because anytime I just want to move money, once money pop up in my account, I have easy access to it. That's how you know something pop up in your account, then you ain't got the right to it. That's a clear warning. And it's committing fraud. Even when you think you're following the right thing and your belief is still fraud. That's it. Yeah. Check fraud. Look, that's a real broker. Man, they got so many. I'm trying to find it on here, man. They got so many. They got so many stuff about sovereign citizens with Fidelity. Like they are on it. They're on it. They all go to Fidelity. You notice that? They all go to Fidelity. There's all these other, they all go to, that's when they all go to Fidelity. Sovereign citizen teaching. Why do they always use them? They all go to Fidelity. All of them. Fidelity is a big investment plan. It's more than they all use Fidelity. I would tell it, call Fidelity online. While we online, I would say come up to the panel, call Fidelity while you're online and ask them, do you have access to those funds released? And they never want to do that though, because they don't want to. Because if they say something they don't want to hear, I don't want them to feel like they embarrassed. But I guarantee you, I know you're probably not gonna call live for everybody, because if it is, oh yeah, you got access to it, I say, well, I'm wrong. I've been wrong. But if you was to come up on the panel and call live, I guarantee you they're gonna tell you something you don't want to hear. Y'all got to understand, just because you see those amounts of credit, they're investigating those amounts. That's why they don't release them yet. Sovereign citizens often use financial institutions like Fidelity in their schemes because they believe in a variety of pseudo-legal theories that claim they can access secret government accounts or eliminate their debts through certain financial maneuvers. These individuals often misuse legitimate financial instruments and institutions to try to validate their fraudulent activities. For example, they might create fake financial documents or attempt to use complex legal jargon to justify their actions. This can include filing false liens, creating fake promissory notes, or attempting to access non-existent trust accounts. Financial institutions like Fidelity are sometimes targeted because they are well known and respected, which sovereign citizen believes lends credibility to their schemes. It's important to note that these activities are illegal and have no basis in actual law. Sovereign citizen arguments have never been successful in any legitimate court. Yeah, I already know that. You ain't got to tell me. Y'all every target following this stuff. In the past year, we had a scheme operating outside state insurance regulatory guidelines. The men set up their own company and sold lifetime membership to customers, promised to pay an accident claims against their members. The company collected millions of dollars, but paid out very few claims. Kansas City, 3 sovereign citizens were convicted and taken part in conspiracy using phony diplomatic credentials. Watch out, NW. They charge comes between $450 and $2,000 for a diplomatic identification card, which will bestow upon the holder sovereign status, meaning they would enjoy diplomatic immunity for paying taxes or being stopped or arrested by law enforcement. What? Hold on. Let's play this again.
I used my IPP ID in the bank yesterday. Don't forget to get your IPP ID. They $450. Hit your boy Midwest up. Tax exempt. Do not detain. Do not stop. Yeah, that.
Okay. Let's read this again. Kansas City, like Missouri, ain't that close to like Milwaukee, Wisconsin? Oh, the plot is now coming together. 3 sovereign citizens were convicted of taking part in a conspiracy using phony diplomatic credentials. They charged customers between $450 and $2,000 for a diplomatic identification card, which would bestow upon the holder sovereign status, meaning they would enjoy diplomatic immunity from paying taxes and from being stopped or arrested by law. Let's go back here.
As you guys see, I used my IPP ID in the bank yesterday. Don't forget to get your IPP ID. They $450. Hit your boy Midwest up. Tax it.
Citizen movement arrested by Nevada Joint Terrorism Task Force on federal money laundering, tax evasion, and weapons charges. The investigation involved an undercover operation with 2 of the suspects allegedly laundering more than $1 million what they believe was a bank fraud scheme. Okay, they can't connect to the website. So first, be crime smart. Don't fall for the bogus or any suspicious activities. Please contact us. Fact sheet on sovereign citizen movement. I'm just trying to tell sovereign citizens for 40, 35, 40 years, man. A lot of stuff that y'all saying and trying, that shit is fresh. All you doing is just setting yourself up to go down. That's all you doing. That's all you doing. That's all you doing. Look, there you go right here. Rogers Board's compliance by citizens and the system only runs effectively. Blank of a group of let's read this. Told you, because this is where it became big. This is where it became big around 2015, 16, 17. You know, talking to my ain't no sovereign citizen. Everything you try to done is sovereign citizen. Everything. Everything. Let's see if I can find a sovereign citizen. Whoa. Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go back here and go back one.
Hey, you
but
know,
it says right here.
Lamar?
Look, hold on. For group, hold on 1 second. Group of individuals held themselves out as sovereign citizens. Hamid and Young purported to be knowingly executed a scheme to defraud Fidelity Bank, later known as River Bank. So they got. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is they got all this shit. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is they got all this shit figured out. That's pretty much what I'm trying to tell you. They got all this shit figured out already. They got all this shit figured out already. They got all this shit figured out. It may look good. It may look good now. It may okay. It's not even about, you could use a proxy. I know. So you know what? I know somebody else was just on my live the other day saying the same thing. But the problem is, if they're trading on the secondary market, that means somebody invested in your account, right? Somebody invested in your account. When they trade on your, if you made deposit, whatever the account is, somebody invested in it. Meaning when you make your payments, somebody is getting paid. Let's just say that you found a hold of it and you say, I want a part of this. They're dependent on you to pay. So even if you captured it, You're not going to get any money because nobody's paying on it. You're paying on it. You're paying on it. That's why they trading it, because cash flows or deposits. If you stop making deposits or paying on it, nope, you're not going to get no benefit. You're not going to ever be able to recover a dime, because once it hits the secondary market, it's called a collateralized debt obligation. Now you're in the securities world. So you know what that means? Your cash outflows is a cash inflow. If you would stop your outflow, they don't get no inflow, but you don't still collect how they collect, because you're not registered on the books as the registered owner. You're not registered on the books, meaning for it to be legit for you, you would have to be getting yearly dividends from them to you. And we know that's not happening. So pretty much, welcome to the securitization game. That's what happens with securitization. That's what happens. So you're not going to be entitled to it. You're not on the registered books. And if you try to file tax forms on it, the IRS is going to hit you with a frivolous filing for credits that you're not entitled to. You're not established as the entitlement owner. Go ahead, Thomas.
It seems like there's a certain demographic that is similar to Crypto Girl. So I was gonna tell the chat that
Right.
I'm willing to bet anybody in the chat $10 that if she returns and we hear her story, that it's gonna match up to Crypto.
Yes. Yes, it's going to match the crypto. It's because that's coming from the same teachers. It's a certain demographics. The teachers teach the same shit. Because how is it that Crypto Girl literally came up here last Friday and said the same thing that she just saying right now? And I don't think they know each other. Crypto Girl literally said the same thing. And I literally told Crypto Girl exactly what I just told her now. Because like I said, these people, they get half or a portion of the information, but don't really get the full big picture. They stop at, oh, this was created for me, created for my account. They're trading on it. I want a piece of the pot. They don't see exactly what steps they did to even go to the secondary market. What if it was allowed? What if it's purely legal? In order to be a beneficiary, you have to be registered, either book entry or getting paper certificates. They don't really do paper certificates in the modern digital age. So everything is book entry. But the beneficiaries have to be named as the registered beneficiaries. Like I told Crypto Girl, your name is nowhere as a registered beneficiary, so you're not entitled to the dividends. And you would know if it's legit if you really had an interest in it, because they'll be sending you a 1099 DIV. You'll be getting a 1099 DIV or a 1099 INT. But they never seem to be issuing the people that figure this stuff out these 1099s. That's the only way you can prove. And then you have to pay taxes on those. Have you paid taxes on those securities? Hell no. So even if you was entitled to 10 million, you would have to pay taxes on that 10 million first before you can even think about a refund. And you're not coming out of your pockets 10 million because you have the mindset that there's a secret trust fund account. It's all the same shit. It don't matter who, what they look like. It's always centered around the same shit. It's the same 5 topics. It's the same. And I guess the bill is a bill of exchange. Something that you're obligated to pay. They treat that statement in the mail as a bill of exchange. It's a check now. All of a sudden, before they got hit by the sovereign citizen bug, it was a regular bill. After they get bit with the sovereign citizen bug, it now automatically converts into a check. Like the elements never changed. It's not a 3-party draft, but it's some form of a security or check. But what they don't ever see is the underlying transaction, which I call the invisible contract. The reason why these people success rate is so zero, or they feel like they're so close, but yet they're still so far away, is because they have no understanding of the system, how it really operates. They only got a very minuscule, narrow view of it. They don't really understand it from the corporate side, the SEC side, the security side. And their only definition of securities is the shit that they issue. They don't understand the total securities world, the investment act. They don't really understand it all. Advanced accounting, advanced taxes. Because if they were studying stuff like that instead of this stuff, they would be more advanced. This is elementary to me. The stuff that they're talking about, their process, is elementary. Want to know why it's elementary to me? Because I've seen dudes who was trying this shit 30 years ago. It's not new. It's not new. I swear to God, and I'm not trying to put anybody down. This is just me being honest. This is not nothing new. I've seen people been trying back in 2017. That's when the 2015, 17, that's when that Fidelity shit was kicking off again. A lot of people went to jail and it died down. Everybody was getting their accounts credit. Everybody was getting their accounts credit. But it always ended up getting reversed. Go ahead, Go ahead, Thomas. That's what I mean. That's pretty much what it all goes. And watch this. This is from, I had a storm come through there. Fraud Insight. A Fidelity sovereign citizen scam refers to a situation where someone claiming to be a sovereign citizen attempts to defraud Fidelity investments by using false legal arguments or fabricated documents to avoid paying debts, access funds they are not entitled to, or manipulate their account in some way, often based on the belief that they're not subject to government laws, regulations related to their finance. Sovereign citizens may believe that U.S. Treasury holds secret accounts for citizen and attempt to access these accounts through Fidelity by providing fabricated documents or making fraudulent claims about their sovereign status. Sovereign citizens may present fake legal documents such as negotiable banker's acceptance or fictitious liens to Fidelity in an attempt to manipulate their account or gain unauthorized access to funds. That's what I'm saying. And they got this is coming from Fidelity. They got it all. They got it all. They're already waiting on it. That's why it's still on froze time. It may show up in the account because that's the standard procedure where it has to show. That's the standard procedure. But I'm going to tell you now, you ain't never going to see a dime of that. And it's not that I don't want you to see a dime, because I want my people to be financially free. I ain't got no problem with that, but I just know the routes that's being taken. It just doesn't work. It's going to end up eventually. It's going to end up getting reversed, like it's happened thousands of times. And I know the amount is a staggering amount. I already know it is, and I know based on history and belief that you didn't actually put that own money in there as an investment out your back pocket. I know you didn't do that. So it always ties back to some secret treasury trust fund account. It just all go. But the problem with this is these people start adopting this as a reality, and then they start thinking that they can retire soon. They're going to buy this big house, get these big cars, go on vacations. But when they realize it's not going to happen, it starts to affect their real lives. It's like their dreams get crushed right from under them. Now they're going to feel some type of way. But to be honest with you, it's just not going to work that way. It's just not. It's just not. Like, you got everybody that was still thinking that bills of exchange and promissory notes. Where is it at? What did I do? Right here. You had everybody thinking that the United States is a part of the Unsachar Convention on international bills and international promissory notes, but there's no ratification by the United States. The United States is not a party. The United States is not they didn't ratify it. In order for you can use international bills of exchange and international promissory notes in the United States, you see this date right here? There's no dates. There's no it was ratified here, 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 here. And as of date, look at this right here. The United States is not ratified, meaning international bills of exchange and international promissory notes have no effect in the United States. They're worthless documents. But when you go here, remember, we just seen it. There's no ratification of the international bills of exchange and international promissory notes. But listen to this guy. He's talking about, look up this international bills of exchange that the United States is not ratified or accepted. They just signed it. They were just there. It just signed it. There's only 5 parties to it. You see that? 5 parties. How many states here? Countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So international bills of exchange and international promissory notes only apply to Mexico, Liberia, Honduras, Guyana, and Gabon. That's it. Canada, Russia Federation, the United States are not a party to it. That's why it says 5 parties. And it needs 10 to be forceful. In the United States, there's no sign, no nothing here. Just like Russia, just like Canada, they're not a party to it. So international bills of exchange and international promissory notes have no effect in the United States when you ever create one and try to present it. But look what this person does. And this is what I mean. They get half information. They only was told that the international bills of exchange, international promissory notes is legit in the United. They was told it. They never did their research. So watch this person. Watch this interaction. Watch this interaction based on the facts that we already know. Now watch this person's belief system. This is why I always say I go by black and white facts, because facts trumps belief systems every day. And they're all racist. They get, now if the white person would have called him an N-word, he'd been ready to go to motherfucking what's that lawyer name? Benjamin Crump. But we say the C word, we call crap. We do that shit all day, every day. But as soon as someone say it to us, we ready to go to the news and take all actions. He called him a racial slur for no reason, because he misinterpreted the laws. Because this quid warranto with proof of claim, allodial fee schedule. No, they're not mad that you filed it. You're mad because you got evicted because the shit that you filed didn't work. They're not mad that you filed it. These people got homes. They're going to their homes at night. You came running down there because you got evicted because your stuff didn't work. So instead of saying, damn, I was off. Damn, I went so far down this hole, I lost my home. But they all lose their houses. They all lose their vehicles. They all get their accounts shut down. They all put themselves in bad financial situations. Now this is going to go on his report. Now he going to affect his getting a loan or getting another spot. An eviction on your record is bad to have. So they ain't probably going to want to rent to him. And they all mess their financial lives up with this belief system. And then they'll be committing fraud like Fidelity and all that. Like they always are throwing bricks at the penitentiary following these processes. But they're mad at them because they don't understand or want to go along with their delusions. He's mad at him because that quo warranto proof of claim and allodial fee schedule had no effect. And that international bill of exchange he tried to pay his rent with had no effect because the United States is not even a party to it. But let's listen. And it's so crazy because they get stuck on these belief systems without even doing no adequate research that he just made a complete fool out of himself. He made a complete fool. The United States is not even a party to it. It's 8 countries here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 5 parties to the convention. Gabon, Guyana, Honduras, Liberia, Mexico. Those are the only ones that recognize this. The United States does not, because they never signed on to it. I'm saying they don't do their research. All their information comes from what someone told them to do. They don't do no foundational research. They do very little foundational research, investigative research. It's all sovereign citizen revisionist information that they adopt into their belief system. So you got otherwise normal people who will be normal people start thinking that they're about to be billionaires in 2 weeks. About to start thinking they're going to have all this money sitting off in their account for their access to all. It's sad. It's sad. No, it's really sad how this sovereign citizen movement has bitten so many people. I just thank God every day that I use my independent thought and I listen to that little voice like something ain't right with this. Every time you turn around, it's getting rejected in the court, getting rejected by the IRS, rejected by the government. They got the FBI looking over this, domestic terrorism. I said, I don't want no parts of that shit. But they still do it. They still do it. They still hit the dead horse. They still try it. And that is the sad part, because they are displaying exactly what insanity is. Keep trying the same things over and over while expecting a different result. The system is not going to change. You have to change how you approach the system. And people can say I'm an agent. You can say all this. You can say all that. But I make sure that I don't do anything that's not allowed by law. And I can point to it black and white as my evidence, and court cases as my evidence. And what is it really for? Like, what is it worth all this drama for? And if you really ask yourself a question, it all goes back to the original poverty mindset. That's what it boils back to. Like, they don't know how to be modest. Everything got to be 100 million, 2 billion, 3 billion. But even more sad, they don't even have the mindset for that shit to handle 3 billion. They don't have the mindset. They come from a poverty mindset, victim mentality. Somebody's already doing something wrong with me. Or every time they get rejected, there's always got to be because they're mad. That the police is mad. The court is, they're not mad. They see thousands of people daily. They're not worried about you. It's always, oh, they're mad because I filed this. Like, they're sitting at home really thinking about you. Like, they went to work that morning and said, let's target him. And you filed that with the court. So this is what you filed. Hold on. I'm about to show you what he filed in court. This is what he filed in court that he was talking about. I filed it in court. Yeah, you filed it in court, but it had no effect. The judge ignored it. That's basically why the eviction stand. The judge ignored it. This is the International Bill of Exchange he filed in court. So he posts that on his page, like, to make it seem like they're taking reprisal. The International Bill of Exchange in court. but the judges completely dismissed it. If you want to know about Telegram, ThomasLegacy603@gmail.com. You send me an inquiry there. It's on the bottom of the screen. ThomasLegacy603@gmail.com. But he completely missed the fact that these people are not mad. They're not mad because you're filing stuff. If it's within your right, you have every right to file what you file. But just because you exercise your right to file whatever you believe is legit does not mean it's going to be taken as such. I've seen people go to prison behind this shit, y'all. I've seen ladies get indicted behind this shit. Fellas get indicted behind this shit by the government. They're not playing with you. And the more, if it's deemed to be fraudulent, the more the money amount, the more time you're going to do. Yeah, I don't understand federal guidelines and sentencing. These are financial crimes. The more money, the more time. And it doesn't matter if you've never been in trouble a day in your life. You're not going to get off with probation. And then when you get home, your probation officer is going to be all in your shit. You can't file a fucking letter without them knowing. They're going to expect all that shit before you file it. They're not, I'm telling you, you ain't got to listen to me. You do not have to listen to me. I guarantee you don't. You're going to do what you do anyway. All I'm saying is, when the inevitable happens, just wear that shit like a champ and don't try to do shit to get out of it. Wear it like a champ because you've been warned. You've been warned. I'm warning you now. Leave the fidelity accounts alone. Leave that shit alone. Don't mess with that shit or you're going to jail. Just it sits on there for a long time. Nothing move. You don't know if they start an investigation on you or not. And then United States Marshal, police, we have a warrant. And then your whole life turns upside down. All because of something that you did not do your thorough research on. You thought you did, but all from misinterpretations and misunderstandings. The reason why that's not going to work, because you've seen the websites, the blogs I put out, by the government put out, they saying this shit not legit, not legit. You had plenty of time to read this shit. It's public. Don't just read what you want to read. Don't read shit that's going to confirm your belief system. Read the other shit that's not going to confirm your belief system, so you can have more than one narrow-minded opinion and view on the situation. Do what you want. You can do whatever you want, but be informed before you move, because you're moving with half information and half truths. You think you got it all down pat, but you really only got like 10, 15% of it down pat. But people are moving off that 10, 15%, in which history shows it's always been detrimental to their well-being. It's always counteractive to what they're trying to do. So, y'all, hey, you ain't got to take my word for it. So follow these teachers on TikTok. Follow everybody that's telling you what you want to hear. Follow all these other sovereign citizens that's telling you, yeah, you can do this, you can do this. Follow all that shit you want. But at the end of the day, those teachers are not going to be there for you if you go down. If you was to go down based on something I taught, I guarantee you, we're going to get you a lawyer. We're going to get you the best lawyer. We're going to get you a hellified lawyer. And we're going to fight. I'm going to go man hours. And I'm going to go testify on your behalf. Like, nah, I taught them. We going to make sure. But I know that's never going to happen with people on my team, because it's never happened. It will never happen. But, hey, choice is yours, man. All right. With that being said, I'm going to catch y'all Sunday. We going there. All right, y'all. One gone.